Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching Georgia Beer Reviews. Back at you today with another one, and what I'm looking at is a beer from Notch Brewing Company. This is Left of the Dial IPA. Notch Brewing Company is out of Salem, Massachusetts. They also have locations in Brighton, Massachusetts, as well as Burlington, Vermont. This Left of the Dial IPA clocks in at a whopping 4.3% alcohol. This was canned on November 19th, 2024. We're into February here. So not super fresh, but for a very light IPA, we should be just fine. I bought a variety pack, 4 different beers, a Pilsner, a Lager, a Kolsch, and this IPA, and they're all under 5%. I probably wouldn't have picked up the variety pack if I had known all of the beers were under 5%, but on the box, it didn't specify all the different ABVs. Or if it did, it wasn't very clear, so I didn't really think about it. I've had another beer, an alt beer from Notch Brewing Company. My wife went to the brewery location in Brighton, Massachusetts, and it was like a 6.6% beer, so and it was really enjoyable. I really liked it. So I had high hopes for this variety pack, and the beers that I've had so far have been pretty good, but they're all so light. If you like light beers, this variety pack would definitely be for you, but I'm not a big light beer drinker. I want a little bit more body, and all of these beers, like I said, the highest ABV beer out of the variety pack is 4.5%. This is the second highest ABV beer in the variety pack at 4.3%. So let's go ahead and try it. Okay. Give it a pour here. All right. Poured it pretty aggressively. This is definitely the darkest of the beers out of the variety pack that I've had so far. It's kind of a golden orange color. It looks a little bit more orange on camera than it does to the naked eye. It's a little bit more on the golden side. Slight haze to it, but you can definitely see through it. 3.5 to 4 fingers worth of a white, kind of a cross between a creamy looking and a frothy head. It's a good looking IPA in the glass. Definitely looks like it might have a little bit more body to it than some of the other beers in the variety pack, even though this is only 4.3%. Let's get a nose on it. Light citrus, light bready malt aromas as well. Maybe even a little bit of like a wheat malt aroma also. Ever so slight, like caramel. That's about it. It smells like a super light Westy IPA. Almost like Lagunitas IPA if you diluted it 50% with water. Smells very light though, kind of watered down. Um, smells okay. Without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers. Slight citrus, maybe grapefruit. There's a nice kind of, I would say it's like a wheat, like a wheat thin. It's like a wheat crackery type malt character in the middle of the sip. It's very nice and enjoyable. Um, and then drying on the finish, mild bitterness, pretty dry on the finish as well. This tastes a lot like the Athletic Brewing Company non-alcoholic IPA that I had, which was delightful for a non-alcoholic beer, but this is not a non-alcoholic beer. It's so watery. It's so light. It's almost like hop water. You get the hops, a little bit of that crackery, like wheat thin malt character for a beer, an actual beer with alcohol in it, an IPA, no less, at 4.3%. This is way too light. There's nothing offensive about this. I'm actually quite enjoying it. It's delicious for a beverage, but this is a beer. This is an IPA. It's like hop water. Really, this is a terrible IPA. If you want a light IPA, drink Founders all day. Drink any just standard IPA between 5 and 7%. Treehouse makes some great ones at 6.8%, which is a standard IPA. 4.3%, I don't know. That's not an IPA. Even the all-day IPA from Founders at 5 or 5.5%. An IPA is hop forward. It's got to have body. And to do that, you got to have at least 5+%, 4.3% for an IPA, and I'm pretty sure this is trying to be a West Coast IPA because it's citrus, kind of grapefruit. It's not really piney or resinous. Maybe it's trying to be, but there's not enough body for it to come through. It's very drinkable, but for what it's supposed to be, I'll be generous and I'll give it a 70, which is low average, but it's a bad representation of an IPA. If this was your first venture into drinking IPAs, you might be satisfied because you don't know any better, but this is nothing special at all. This is the most disappointing beer in the Notch variety pack that I've had. I kind of figured it would be. It's an IPA. They don't even list it as like a light IPA, or it's just an IPA. 4.3%. Yeah, this is. You know what? I am gonna say this is a bad beer for what it is. It's a 69 out of 100. This is bad. Do not waste your time with this. If you can get it in the variety pack and you want to try the other beers and you like light beers, and that's fine, but this is a bad IPA. It's drinkable. It's not a total failure. But this is trash. I mean, this is not an IPA. Come on, Notch. Make a real IPA. Don't sit here and tell me, left of the dial, nice name, IPA, 4.3%, get out of here. You got to do better than that. Or at the very least, label this as a ultralight light IPA or light IPA, and then I can understand. I wouldn't buy it if it was labeled as that because I don't like light IPAs, but has zero body, minimal flavor. It's hop water. Nice head retention and glass lacing. Nice looking appearance. That's about all you can say for it. 69 out of 100, folks. Don't waste your time with this. I've gone on too long already with this review, but you could do so much better. Don't bother. Anyway, I would say buy it and try it, but I'd rather you didn't. Just take my word for it. It's not worth your time. Unless you are trying to drink super low alcohol beers and cut back on your alcohol intake and you like the taste of water and hops, then yeah, maybe you'll like this, but I can't recommend it. So that'll do it for this beer review, folks. 69 out of 100 for the Notch Left of the Dial IPA. Hope everybody out there is having a wonderful day. And until next time, cheers, everybody.